What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the KINGKONG Fly Egg 130, the 130 millimeter FPV racer. Now this quadcopter is looking fantastic, guys. It comes in FR Sky with the XM receiver, which I have here today. It also is available on the DSM2, the Fly Sky FS RX2A receiver, also available with the Futaba FM800 receiver, and it also comes without a receiver. So you got tons of choices on this one. So whatever transmitter you got, you can order one for you. It is a fantastic build, guys. It's got this nice aluminum housing going on. It's kind of shaped like an egg from the side, and that is why they're calling it the Fly Egg. But that is a nice looking aluminum housing. It is called the 7075 aviation aluminum alloy, and it's got these cutouts so that the VTX can sit right in there, and it's adjustable VTX angle as well. Just got to remove these nice golden standoff screws there, and even the standoff is nice and aluminum and shiny too. There's the VTX right on the top, just like all of the other KINGKONG micro brushless quadcopters, but this one has a slightly different VTX. It is slightly bigger than the rest, like the 90 GT and the 110 GT. Let me bring the 90 GT out. As you can see, the size is significantly bigger than the 90 GT. The main difference, both of them has got 16 channels and the same way to configure the channels, one button push, and it circle around all of the channels. But the difference is you can switch this one from 25 milliwatt to 100 milliwatt, so they are improving on the previous versions of the VTX. However, the way to change the 25 to 100 milliwatt is on the opposite side of the VTX. You're going to have to take the VTX out, open it up, and I'll show you a diagram of the instruction manual. You got to jump it to the opposite jump, and then you can switch it over to the 100 milliwatts. But I'm just going to leave it. I believe it comes with the 25 milliwatt settings. I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to give it a fly right out of the box today to test out the quadcopter. There's the familiar VTX antenna in the back, and the camera here is the 800 TV line CMOS camera, HD camera, and it has a familiar 150 degree field of view. And the VTX, of course, like I said, is the 5.8 gigahertz 16 channel and switchable from 25 to 100 milliwatt. And the image transmission on paper, it says 600 to 800 meters. So that is something else. All I need is 200 meters, guys, and that is plenty good enough for me. Now it also has some LED lights in the back. You can see that there's a couple of LED lights right next to the VTX antenna there. And here's the power cable. It is a balance plug, the 2S balance plug this time around. And I put a little zip tie tying down the power cable there, but they've already thought of that, and they even have its own little hole for the zip tie to tie down the power cable. So it's a meticulously worked out design. Somebody did a very good job designing this quadcopter. It's got the 2.5 millimeter carbon fiber, looks like a true X frame here, and it is the 130 millimeter, so it's a little bit bigger than what we are used to seeing from KINGKONG. And here is the 110 GT. As you can see, the size is significantly bigger than the 110 GT, but it shares the same props, and the props are the 28 of 40 tri-bladed props. And as we have seen in the 110 GT, it gives a lot of lift, and this thing has a lot of lift too as well, and it's very quiet. Now let's go on over to the motors over here, and as you can see, it is completely enclosed. There's no opening on the motors, and it kind of looks like one of those DJI Phantom style motors. And it is the 1105 7000 kV fully enclosed motors. But however, they do only recommend you to use a 2S battery on this one. It gives you a little sticker. It came with a little sticker wrapped around the power cable asking you not to use 3S because of the kV ratings of the motors or something like that. So I'm just going to fly it with the 2S today. And guess what, guys? It also comes with a built-in buzzer, but check it out. It's got a little cutout on the frame, and there's a little round buzzer, and it has its own little spot right on the base plate there. So very nice design. I gotta give out to the people who made this design. It's very meticulously thought out, like I said. It's got this nice foam on the bottom here, all cut out with little holes made for the screws. And we see that familiar indentation, recessed area on the bottom where they have put the receiver. And this one is the XM receiver FR Sky with a small one single antenna, and there was the bind plug right there, or the bind button, and you press the bind button and power up the quadcopter at the same time, which goes into the binding mode, and you hit that bind button on your transmitter to bind with it, and it was just like that. I was bound, and it's very, very fast. And what else do we have here? Let's go ahead and take a look at the main board, the stack. Right on top you see the micro USB port. That will be the flight controller, and the flight controller is the PIKO BLX F3 flight controller, and it was pre-flashed with Betaflight 3.1.6, so that is fantastic. And also I checked out the PIDs, and it is already pre-configured PIDs. It is not the default Betaflight PID, so we're going to check that out. And the stack right underneath below that, that is the 4-in-1 ESC, all-in-one PDB 4-in-1 ESC board right there. And it is the BLHeli S 10 amp ESCs, and it will support one-shot, multi-shot, D-shot, and all that shot. And it supports 2 to 3S though, but they recommend you use only 2S because of the kV rating on the motor. All right, so, and the battery that comes with it is a 7.4 volt 350 milliamp size battery that we have seen before, and we'll check that out. It's in the box there. One thing I want to mention is that the whole board assembly, that little micro stack, well, if you look closely, there's only 2 screws holding it down. You see that screw right there, and this one right here. This hole does not have a screw. This hole does not have a screw. So there's supposed to have been 4 standoffs going straight down to the frame, but only 2 actually make it down there and are screwed down. These other 2 must have some kind of circuitry on the 4-in-1 ESC board for the standoff not to go straight down. So they stopped it right there, and they have a slightly different standoff with a slightly recessed area, so it doesn't mess with the circuitry on the bottom. Unlike this one is a solid tube that goes straight down, and then there's another standoff on the bottom. And what it looks like, it's soft mounted as well. I can kind of see that it is a little rubber piece on the outside on the bottom of the 4-in-1 ESC board. So that is pretty cool. I'm not sure if it moves. Yeah, it moves a little bit. As you can see, I'm going to squeeze it down, so it moves a little bit. It's got a little rubber gasket right in the middle, like a little shock absorber. So they've thought of a lot of stuff on this one, and it is really, really nice looking, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we got in the box. It comes with the familiar nice plastic case, and it says Fly Egg on the top. And here is the instruction manual, and it is a pretty in-depth instruction manual as always, and it shows you all of the diagrams of the board as well, and how to go about configuring your frequency and channels, and they show you which little jump to jump from 25 milliwatt to 100 milliwatt on the opposite side of the VTX transmitter there. And obviously I got the 130 Fly Egg 130. Obviously it comes in the 100 as well, like the old King Kong fashion. They give you two different sizes to choose. So here is all of the details of the instruction manual and how to go about with beta flight firmware update. And they even show you the PIDs, the default PIDs that they have chosen to set up with this King Kong. So that is fantastic, guys. Very nice instruction manual. And also they give you two sets of props. So they give you 4 yellow and 4 white ones. So I just put 2 white ones and 2 yellow ones. So you can put all 4 yellow ones, or you can put all 4 white ones, I assume. So, and they also give you some prop guards, and in here they also have some screws. So it's a little bit lengthier screws if you want to put these prop guards on. So that is fantastic, looking like very solid prop guards. It's a very hard made plastic. They're 2.8 inch prop guards. Nice. And what else we got here is we got some motor protectors on here. It says protection for 11 series motor, and it's black. Hello. And they also give you some screws as well. So if you want to put some motor protectors, too bad it doesn't have a little landing pod on there, little landing leg on it. That would have been even better. So put that on the side. Here's a little documentation that tells you that the FrSky XM receiver has a firmware issue. Some of them have an issue, does not bind. Some of them doesn't have an issue. They don't know which one it is. So if it does have an issue, then you need to upgrade to the newest firmware. So that is a little documentation that they give you. And here we have a bag that contains the prop removal tool, a couple of more rubber bands for your battery strap, and a little sticker diagram showing the color of all of the channels you can set on the 16 channel of the transmitter. And here is the screws that came to screw down the props, and they gave you one extra one just like before. And here is the battery. I've already charged it, but I put it back in the bag just to show you that it does come in a bag. It is the 350 milliamp 35C battery, 7.4 volt. So we're going to use this for our line of sight flight. And here we have also the USB to micro USB cable for data transfer. Hook it up to your beta flight configurator. And here's the documentation that comes with the FrSky XM receiver. So they even gave you that little paper that comes with that receiver. So that is everything that came in the plastic container, and we're going to go for a little line of sight flight with the King Kong Fly Egg 130. All right, we are ready to go. Everything is connected. We got some red LED lights in the back there, and if I change my pitch, the lights do blink. Go forward, go back, it turns red, and it turns green. I think the lights are a little bit reversed. Okay, let me restart. I'm just wasting out battery here. But the lights have configurations on them. Let's go ahead and start it up and give it a little idle. I did fly it in the garage, but like I said with the 110 GT, this baby needs a bigger space. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's got a tiny bit of a wobble, but it looks pretty stable. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a wobble there, but a little bit of throttle kind of dissipates that wobble. Can you even hear the motors and the props? It is super quiet. Jeez. Beautiful day today. Yeah, and the LED lights in the back is flashing, and it is solid red. And when you push it forward, it blinks green. Turn it to the right, the left one blinks green. Turn it to the left, and the right one blinks green. So go figure. Let me do a little punch out before the battery runs out. Ooh, I did a full throttle punch out, and look at that. It doesn't want to even come down. It just wants to stay up in the air. Did you guys hear that beep? Okay, we're gonna check it out one more time. I'm gonna give it a full throttle and listen for that beep. There, a couple of beeps from the buzzer. So the battery here might be insufficient for this quadcopter here. And yep, that sure is. Look at the hang time on that thing. It does not want to come down, guys. And I do see a little bit of a wobble on the way down, so it does have a little bit of prop wash as well. But it's freaking quiet. Cannot even hear the thing. I can't hear it. Now I hear it. I can just hear some wind. Nice. All right. I hear a couple more beeps. 30 seconds. And we got 30 seconds to go out of that 3-minute timer. So let's bring it in. Very nice, guys. Looking fantastic. I'm going to land it, and let's go ahead and do some FPV flights with it.
10,
nice.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, we are ready to go with our first FPV flight. So arming it and going straight forward, and we're gonna go right after the 100-meter bush.
0.
Let me reset the timer here. Okay, there's the 100-meter bush. And let me go on to the opposite side. I'm sitting right next to the car, so let's see how the VTX gets affected by the car blocking a little bit, but not much. So it is not bad. I believe it is set on 25 milliwatts. So let's go a little bit beyond the 100-meter bush and go right around 150, right around here, 50, and almost close to 200 now. So it has pretty good distance. Maybe it is set on 100 milliwatts because we are pretty far away. We should have a lot of static right now, but it is doing fantastic. Even if it was set on 100, it is doing pretty good. And even if it was set on 25, that it would be fantastic. Image transmission is 600 to 800 meters, right? So, okay. So now we check the distance. There's a little bit of wobble. And I can see a little bit of wobble. Yeah, maybe that aluminum piece is adding a little bit of a top weight on this thing. Whoa, what happened there? That was not me. It did all kinds of flips, and I did not initiate that flip. I'm not sure if that's a power shortage. There is a little bit of wobble, so you're gonna have to retweak the PIDs from what they give you here. So let me do another flip. Whoa. Yeah, there's some kind of an issue here, guys, with the power source. Yeah, definitely you will require a higher C rating battery, but this battery has a pretty high C rating. So there's something strange going on. Look at that. Look at all kinds of wobble.
30 seconds.
Okay, so that's our first FPV flight. But it just loves to stay up in the air, for sure.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8.
Maybe look for a nice little flat ground here, right around here would be nice. Okay, all right.
0.
Okay, that was our first FPV flight. All right, here we go with our second FPV flight. Same battery, the 450 milliamp 2S battery. Too bad it has a 2S balanced charge plug for its connection to the battery. If it had a JST, we could have jumped and seen if we could fly this thing with a 3S battery, but that is too bad. So arming the motors and taking off. Whoa, that is something else, guys. Yeah, all kinds of wobble right there. I wasn't able to control it very well either. I think that could be worked out. That little wobble at the end of the flips can be worked out with some adjustments. But so far, I don't have that. Yeah, there's some of that breakage, that kind of dropout breakage. Look at that. Man, all kinds of wobble. So definitely needs a retune to get rid of all that shakiness. So far, it's not doing something that I'm not inputting. Just a slight breakup, but whoa, whoa, whoa! Yep, it's going somewhere that I didn't want it to do. Oh, I saved it. Maybe by falling, it saved the problem.
1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Nope, I didn't do that. Yeah, so definitely has some kind of an issue with its gyros, maybe. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna bring it in. So I'm thinking there's some kind of an issue here with the PID settings, as well as some kind of an issue with the power problem, I'm thinking. That is too bad, because this quadcopter is a really nice one, man. All right, that is our second flight with the KINGKONG Fly Egg 130. All right, let's try this again. The wind has picked up a little bit. Arming the motors. Okay. A lot better. Ooh, there's a little twitch right there. That little loss of contact type of twitch is still there. But everything did get smoother. Whoa! Whoa, what was that? There's still some kind of a problem. I don't know what it is. I did tweak all of the settings. I am down to 1 shot, and I've decreased the gyro loop frequency and the PID loop frequency down to 2 and 1 respectively. And I did tweak the PID settings. We are down to Betaflight default PID settings, and I just increased the D value up to 30 and 35, and those seem to help out tremendously, but I still have that unpredictable twitch. Whoa, like that. Whoa. Yeah, there's still some kind of a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and land it, guys. I'm not going to risk it falling out from the sky. And the wind is picked up considerably now. Alright. Alright guys, just got done flying the quadcopter with the new settings, and it did a lot better than this morning. It flew very well. I was able to control it, and there was no wobbling effect and all that. So I'm not sure, but it still had that twitching problem, that uncontrollable flips that it does by itself. So I did do a lot of tweaking on the settings, and I don't know what helped. The PIDs surely help with the wobbling, going to the Betaflight default settings, and I upped the D values to 30 and 35, and that seems to have helped out a lot. And I did configure it to just 1 shot, and I did lower down the gyro loop frequency and the PID loop frequency down to 2 and 1. So that could have helped also. Maybe I need to raise that up a little bit. Perhaps that might get rid of the that twitching problem and doing a flip by itself. Other than that, man, this KINGKONG 130 is very, very nice, nicely built, but it is an ongoing process of tweaking this thing out. So I will update this quadcopter once I get it figured out and fix that problem of that twitching in mid-flight. Some of the other quadcopters had that problem, and I never did find out what really caused that twitching. It could be the battery problem, so I might end up changing the battery connector, get rid of that balance plug and do a JST plug instead or something like that. So maybe perhaps I can run a 3S battery on this thing. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.